Muncie Access Television, Channel 60, presents Muncie News Updates. This week's news from City Hall.
Well, good morning. Good morning. We're glad you're all here today. Now, prior to my opening remarks, I'd like to make a few comments. First off, my name is Steve Helser, and I'm the CEO of Asons. So again, I'd like to first welcome and thank Indiana Governor Mike Pence, Muncie Mayor Dennis Tyler, announcement. In addition, I'd like to acknowledge our company owners and founders, Carolyn Thompson, Jeff Beeson, and additionally our executive team of Mike Elam, I'm reminded of an old Chinese proverb: a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. 15 years ago, Asons took that first step as a spin-off of the family's local real estate company. Its sole purpose for being created was to buy and flip foreclosed homes. However, after the very first and only REO that was purchased by the family, it was identified that there was an untapped opportunity in the marketplace. That untapped opportunity to work with agents, banks, and mortgage companies to clean up foreclosed properties rather than buying and flipping those properties. At that time, the family even signed waivers with HUD, Fannie Mae, and Freddie Mac not to buy those REO properties so that we'd have the opportunity to pursue the second step in Asons' journey, and that was to perform cleanups and maintenance on those foreclosed properties. Call it luck or foresight, but when the housing crisis occurred, Asons had several years of property management experience already under our belt. And it was looked upon as one of the leaders in the REO market. Throughout the next several years, Asons was able to grow exponentially, from servicing a few counties in the state of Indiana to performing the same services across multiple states. During the housing crisis, another opportunity presented itself to Asons, and that was performing minor construction services on these properties. And so by the height of the housing crisis, Asons had not only become the leader in performing cleanups and maintenance on those foreclosures, but also construction services on a multitude of bank-owned properties. We didn't rest there. During the height of the foreclosure wave, our management team got together and began to look forward. We were looking to determine what landscape would look like without the growing inventory of foreclosures that are in the market. We identified institutional investors that were purchasing bank-owned properties and turning those assets into single-family rentals. We saw a growing need for repair and maintenance program that was not yet available. Asons quickly took the next step in its journey by creating the first national repair and maintenance program for institutional investors of those single-family rental properties. By utilizing and growing our already in-place network of contractors and adding in a few field employees in select areas, Asons has positioned itself as the premier national repair and maintenance contractor in the country. That's pretty exciting. with internal groups to support the preservation, light construction, heavy construction, residential repair and maintenance, residential rental emergency services, and a 24-hour call center, Asons has fully developed into a recession-resilient company. With this continued growth, we're now on our 4th office building here in Muncie and looking for our 5th. And that leads us to why we're here today. To support this growth, and in cooperation with Governor Pence, the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, Mayor Tyler, and the Muncie Delaware County Economic Development Alliance, I am proud to announce that Asons will be investing $2.3 million to develop and equip a corporate headquarters to be located here in Muncie and bring with it the creation of over 300 new long-term jobs. Now it's my great honor to introduce the 50th Governor of the state of Indiana, the Honorable Mike Pence.
Thank you, Steve Helser. That is a tough act to follow, my friend. And it is really wonderful to be here with you today and with the founder of this company, Mylan Thompson, who is the father of a son who had an extraordinary idea. And you know, there's something very special about Muncie. Muncie is a community that I know well. I had the chance to represent Muncie for 12 years in our nation's capital, and now I have the privilege of being your governor. This is a place where great people and great ideas have been coming together for generations, and Asons is just the latest chapter in Muncie. Let me just say thank you so much to Mylan and his whole family, to Carolyn, and of course to Jeff and Kelly, and to Mayor Dennis Tyler, who you'll hear from in just a moment, and to the Muncie Delaware Economic Development Team. And let me also say it is a joy for me, on behalf of all the people of Indiana, to partner with you through the Indiana Economic Development Corporation in the growth and opportunity that's going to mean more than 316 new jobs in Muncie, Indiana, and a corporate headquarters for Muncie's on the move. This is good news for a great community, and it's also, and maybe the mayor can back me up on this, I've been told by several sources, this is the 3rd largest jobs announcement ever in Delaware County. That is an extraordinary thing. And it's such a classic Muncie and a classic Indiana success story. You know, I was just talking a few moments ago to Jeff about when they started out back in the 90s, and he told me his entire business portfolio was a beat-up pickup truck and a push mower. It's grown since then. But where it really began was just an idea. You just heard Steve talk about that. A business that started in one direction said, well, no, wait a minute, maybe we can go in another. And maybe we can create jobs and opportunities and prosperity. And it's part of that creative energy that we really celebrate here today. Not just the dollars and cents of an investment that's going to make a difference in this community. And take the headquarters from here at the Moose Lodge, which I think that's great. I told the mayor when I got here, you know, I said, I didn't know that was a business. Going by that for many years, and he said, no, it's a Moose Lodge. And I said, oh, it's a Moose Lodge. But the opportunity now to see this grow into a company that's going to be an ever-increasing part of a vibrant and growing Muncie is just a real joy for me. And let me give credit where credit is due. Steve, thank you for your great leadership. Thank you to the owners of the company for believing in this vision and this community. Thank you, Mayor Tyler, for your commitment to growth and opportunity in this community and for your integrity. And lastly, I think I would gain the assent of everyone here as I walked around Walked around with the employees today, and even met the ladies who work in the turnaround. That's what you call it, right? They said that's the hub. That's at least what they told me, Steve. Nothing against your office, but they said that's actually you know, what I can tell you in talking with Steve and in talking with his family, the reason this company has grown to such an extraordinary extent here in Muncie is because of the people of this company. And the reason this company is committed to growing even more and establishing a national headquarters in this community is a tribute to the character and the work ethic and the very fiber of the people of East Central Indiana. So on behalf of all of the people of Indiana, I say thank you. I say thank you to this company and the family that owns it for believing in this community and believing in your dreams. But more than anything else, let me say thank you to the current Asons team and to the team that will soon join you, because this victory is an affirmation of a company and an economy's belief in the people of Indiana. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Governor. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Mayor of Muncie, Indiana, the Honorable Dennis Tyler.
Good morning. Thank you, Governor, for being here today, and thank you to the state of Indiana for their hard work in bringing this project forward. Particularly thank you to Asons, and Jeff, you're the living, breathing proof of what Hoosier How to Get Something Done is all about, starting in 1999 with a pickup truck and a lawnmower, and look where we're at today. And you know, that's cool. That's cool. What a great way to kick off spring with an announcement like this, ladies and gentlemen, from a community that's continuing to redefine itself, redirection itself in a way that we're continuing to retain and create jobs. And what I love about this project with Asons, and we've been partnering with Asons since 2012. As a matter of fact, they underwrote the first Work One program that we did in December at the Convention Center on how we wanted to begin to retrain our employees to have a better educated workforce. We knew we had a great workforce here in Muncie and Delaware County. Asons wanted to be a part of that, and it's been a continuing partnership. And everybody's always trying to come up with the next big dream and the next big deal to bring jobs into your community. One of the things as a mayor, and the governor will tell you, and others will tell you, and other elected leaders, it's as critical, if not more critical, to protect and help the small businesses that we have in our communities grow and become even more successful. And Asons is the living, breathing proof of what a true growing company can be if they get the partnerships that they need to continue to provide jobs and retain jobs. And when the first time I was out here in 2012, and Nate and some of the corporate officers took me around, what impressed me so much with the employees was the smiles on their face and how much they liked their job, and then the diversity in the workforce. And never have I ever heard anybody from the corporate side not talk about they would be successful if they didn't have a successful employee team underneath them. These are the types of partnerships that are amazing. When you look at the partners that came together, Asons didn't have to stay in Muncie. Believe me, they could have chosen another community, they could have possibly even chosen another state. But because of the partnership with the state of Indiana, the governor's leadership, IEDC, Muncie Redevelopment Commission, the chamber, all of the leadership in this community, in this state, stepped up for all the right reasons. And here we have 316 new jobs with $2.3 million investment that at the end of the day, in 2 or 3 weeks, we're all going to see that this is a win-win for our community like none other that I can remember over the last few years. It's a great day for Muncie. I'm looking forward to continuing to partner with Asons, help them do whatever they need to do to be as successful as they are today, and when this is completed, they're going to be even more successful. Thank you so much for everybody being here. Governor, again, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for everybody being here today that's had a small role in this one way or the other. And this is all successful today because of all of you sitting here and standing here. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mayor Tyler. As we wrap up, I'd like to again thank Governor Pence, Mayor Tyler, and both the Indiana Economic Development Corporation and the Muncie Delaware County Economic Development Alliance for their support. I also want to thank everyone for attending today's press conference and for being a part of the next step in Asons' journey. As a note, the speakers will be available for a short period of time following the press conference for individual interviews. Again, thank you for coming, and this concludes our press conference.
Really incredible announcement.
Yeah, Asons has always flown kind of under the radar. Not a lot of fanfare, not a lot of broadcasting and pounding our chest and saying we're here. Sure. Actually providing services for the industry and jobs for the community. So really that focus is not on us as individuals, but as the company, and bringing people together allows us to continue to fly under the radar, provide those jobs, and brings us here today.
And this will now be, you said, the 5th expansion over a relatively short amount of time, I think.
Yeah, since 1999 when the company was founded, we were this small office building, small office space, and then over the years we've multituded into bigger buildings. This is the fourth location. Okay. We're still operating the 3rd location as well.
Okay.
So the 5th location will consolidate these buildings down into one, as well as house the 300 plus employees that are on the plans to bring on board.
And when will the 5th location be determined and or announced?
We're looking to have something in place by the first part of summer.
Okay, very good. More excitement coming from Asons. Thanks very much.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Next week, is some of the economic damage already done to the state?
I think days like today prove that Indiana is on the move. Our economy has all the fundamentals. We have a balanced budget, low taxes, a great workforce. I mean, when you see a company like this grow up here in Muncie, Indiana, out of the idea of a young entrepreneur, and from 150 employees now make plans to establish a national headquarters and more than 300 more employees. That's confirmation of what we know, that despite the difficulty of the past few weeks, Hoosiers are on the move, Indiana's economy is on the move, and I couldn't be more excited.
Are you still working to make sure companies like Angie's List, other bigger companies headquartered in Indianapolis and elsewhere in the state, feel comfortable expanding and bringing jobs here?
I'm just, I'm very grateful that all the parties came together in the legislature and across our corporate community to help us clarify the intention of that law and move our state forward. But we're looking ahead. And it's time for Indiana to get back to business, back to work, and I look at days like today, and I'm very, very optimistic about the future of this state. What you see today is a family and a company that's growing in Indiana because of the people of Indiana, because of the business environment in Indiana, and working within this session of the General Assembly to continue to build on the momentum that will invite more investment, create more jobs. That's going to continue to be our priority.
This is the kind of press conference you like having as a governor. It was one of the most inspired sort of presentations. You and the mayor of Muncie are truly excited about this positive news.
I really am. I really am.
Talk about that.
Well, this is a classic Muncie and Indiana success story. I mean, Asons was the idea of a son whose dad was working down in Indianapolis. And as you heard, he had a pickup truck and a push mower. and they had the idea of buying older homes and fixing them up and selling them, and then he got a different idea, which was doing property management. And he talked his dad into taking a sabbatical from work for 6 months to come and help him put a business together. That sabbatical's turned into 15 years and a $50 million company, and I just get very excited about that. I mean, today I'm pleased that the city of Muncie, the state of Indiana, was able to partner with this growing company and to help support the creation of 300 new jobs. But this is a credit to the people of this community, to the people of this family, to their ingenuity, their character, and that is really the strength of our state.
Governor, you travel the state, so you know better than any that these kinds of stories are not just exclusive to Muncie. These kinds of things are happening statewide.
Well, look, Indiana's economy is on the move, and states around the country know the competition that we're giving them. Our labor force is growing, unemployment has been in decline, and we continue to see this year the kind of investment in Indiana that's on track for a record pace. I believe before the end of this year we'll have more Hoosiers going to work in this state than ever before in our state's history. And that's a credit to the policies that we've been advancing with balanced budgets and low taxes, the policies we're advancing in this session that are going to strengthen career and vocational education in Indiana, strengthen our K-12 schools, but ultimately it's a credit to the people of Indiana. Indiana is growing because Hoosiers are on the move, and it's meaning jobs and opportunities in the four corners of this state.
We have time for one more question.
The governor of Illinois said...
You had talked about earlier at the beginning of the session was going to be all about education, but the RIFRA bill has kind of overshadowed that in recent weeks. Do you think that the session is going to get everything done with education that you wanted?
You bet. This is an education session. We've been meeting since the legislature came back in early this week, going over details on the budget. I know that the Senate Appropriations Committee passed their budget out today. Now we're really at a starting point where the House and the Senate have moved, but there is a very broad consensus from our administration to all the members of the General Assembly that the focus is on education. We want to strengthen our traditional K-12 schools. We want to make sure that we're increasing funding for our schools and increasing flexibility for our traditional schools and making it possible to pay good teachers more. We also want to strengthen the choices that underprivileged families have in Indiana. And I'm determined to make career and vocational education a priority in every community in this state, in every high school. And we're focused on that, and we're unified in that. The last 2 weeks were challenging and difficult for people all across the state of Indiana. But I can assure you that we're rolling our sleeves up. We're back to work at the State House, and we're going to make real progress in this session. Another balanced budget, investment in the kind of resources and flexibility that are going to continue to move our state forward from education to our economy to jobs.
Governor, just real quick, the governor of Illinois went on record Monday, said he wants to rip the economic guts out of Indiana. There's been a back and forth for some years now, economic competition between the states. What's your reaction to what he said?
Well, look, you know, I'm a big sports fan. I know trash talk when I hear it, but Indiana is competing every day with states around us, including Illinois, and I like our chances. I mean, look, Indiana has been drawing jobs from Illinois and states all across this country, not because of talk, but because of action. Because we've been balancing our budgets. We have strong surpluses. We've been lowering taxes on people and on businesses. We've been providing resources to strengthen our workforce, to strengthen education for all of our students. We're going to stay on that pathway. We'll let them keep talking in Illinois, and we'll see you at the finish line.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Mayor, governor, a lot of honor to have that kind of firepower in the room to talk about this little old company that is really plugging along and growing. What I'd like to know is, do you still have that mower, you know, where the story all started?
I don't have the mower, but I have the truck. I've kept the truck, yes. The mower died after a while.
What does it make you feel like to be someone that could start with a germination of an idea. In fact, it probably was, if I dare say, not even an idea when you first started. It was just you cutting a lawn to try and make it look better, and it's exploded into this now.
True. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Always. So I always had that desire. And so now it's exciting. You know, you always have a vision of something bigger than yourself and growing a business. But this is really large now. It's great.
And to have the ability to affect people from your hometown, from Indiana, in a positive way like this. What is the feeling there?
I get the feeling that everyone in this area is a lot like me. We work hard. We're honest. We're simple. We don't have to worry about keeping up with the Joneses, so to speak. And so, for me, it feels like working with a bunch of my friends. And that's what it feels like.
Great. Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
For a radio
I know you do. Yeah, I know you do. Yeah. Good to see you.
We like positivity, don't we, Mr. Mayor?
Yeah. You know, there isn't anything any more positive than this. An existing business that's been here for years, nobody knew anything about them, and here they are getting to expand in an absolutely astronomical way that none of us could have thought of a couple of years ago.
And the story is fantastic.
Oh,
you know, a local guy, a lawnmower, and a truck, and all that. How cool! Like you said,
well, that's just
cool.
what the governor said when I went back. He said that ought to be the headlines. How cool is this?
Yeah.
You know, and it is. And you know, this $2.3 million investment that they're going to make here in just the next few weeks, Steve, is going to be so important to our community in so many different ways that it's really hard to put into words right now. And then you put 316 new jobs on top of that, with the millions of dollars of investment that's going to bring in with those 316 jobs.
Right.
There's no downside to this.
Home run.
Home run, buddy. Absolutely. Thank you,
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, this is a great day for Muncie to get 300 jobs and keep Asons in business. So I'm out here supporting this move that they're making, and I think it's going to be a very good thing for our community.
You know, our mayor has been working for a long time, along with the council, trying to bring in new jobs. A part of economic development, they've been working very hard as well. This is so exciting. I am so excited about these jobs coming to Muncie, and I tell you what, we are definitely on the move. There's a pulse in Muncie, and I can feel that pulse, and it's going louder and beating louder every day. Go, Muncie, go.
This is exciting news today with Asons growth. We're very excited about it. This company could have gone anywhere. They looked at other states, and we were able to partner and convince them that they needed to stay here. And we've got an opportunity to continue to work with them. We're going to continue to find their new home. And once we find that new home, hopefully they'll have an opportunity to grow even more. There's been decisions that haven't been fully made yet, so we're still excited about the future. And all of this wouldn't be come together without the opportunity of our investments into the area, our partnerships with different private corporations, and our team of economic development groups that are making Muncie a better place to live, and we're all excited about it. It's going to continue to happen.
Today's news announcement with the partnership with Asons, the City of Muncie, Muncie Redevelopment Commission, the Chamber of Commerce here with their partnership with our Economic Development Team, and the State of Indiana through the Indiana Economic Development Corporation and the Governor's Office, it to me is the epitome of Muncie being willing to invest in themselves and move our community forward. It's a small business that's continuing to grow and expand, and this is a great opportunity for the City of Muncie to really be a strong, positive partner for them to enable them to stay in our community and create 316 new jobs over the next few weeks and few months. And at the end of the day, I think this is really the way Muncie wants to portray themselves, that we're a very welcoming city to our business and our citizens, and we're moving our community forward.